All right, so for those of you joining me on YouTube, what we're going to do this morning is we're going to make the pluperfect tense. This is the fifth of 6 tenses that you got to learn. And to make the pluperfect tense, which I've written right here, that name, pluperfect is going to use the letters ERA, and in English it's going to mean had. To make this tense, I have to go to the third part of the verb. 1, 2, 3. Shh. I'm going to cut off the I. I'm going to write down what's left, the perfect stem. I'm going to write the perfect stem down 6 times. I'm going to move a window that's kind of showing up on the screen right now. All right, so let me finish writing my perfect stem down. Now I'm doing this in front of a class, and they're kind of waiting on me, so I got to hustle it up a little bit. Right, now I've got my perfect stem written down 6 times, and for those of you joining me on TV, I've renumbered things this morning. Instead of saying 1 through 6, I put first person singular and plural on the first line, second person singular and plural on the second line, third person singular and plural on the third line. Now, all I got to do is go take the ERA right here, which is my code letter, my combination of letters for the pluperfect, and add them. So that's all I'm going to do. Come down here and add them. Now, I'm not going to have to do anything fancy for my personal endings. Remember last week when we did perfect tense, we had to learn a new set of endings. We do not need to do that for the pluperfect. We're just going to use the endings we already know. I'm going to start with number 3 over here on the right-hand side, 3 plural. We all know it's they or NT. Does anybody know the next one? TIS. I'm working backwards for a reason. What's number 1 plural, first person plural? All right, still working backwards. I'm going with my T for she, my S for you. Here comes the problem right here. It should be O, but you guys know it can sometimes be what? And we're done. So we've done the pluperfect. I better use a new term today, active. That's the voice. Voice means, are you doing the action or is it happening to you? Here we're doing the action. We are refusing. That's what this verb means. So I'm going to do some translations, and I'm just going to do 1 through 3 because you guys get this now. The M tells me I. So I'm going to say I had refused. That's what the verb means. What does S tell me? So I'm going to say you had refused. Yeah. Okay. The T tells me that's Laura. She's going to sign up for classes. This is Laura. That's going all over America and China now. She had refused. And even though when you guys turn notebooks in, I'm always asking you to translate each verb form, I'm skipping the last 3. Just tell me out loud. What's number 3 plural say? 3 plural. They what? Had refused. We done. Now, I need to pick out a verb for you to practice with. What you got for me? It needs to be an ARE verb on the back, and we are on TV, so I need you to kind of hustle. I'm going to go to a clean page because I'm not going to have room to write all 5 of these tenses out. Now, whatever gets picked out for us today, your verb conjugation just picked up by, I guess, 25%. You had 4 tenses, and now you have a 5th. So it's starting to build a little bit. Your 5 tenses that you know so far are the present. Am I on the screen? The future. And I'm not making fun of you by writing them down like this, but it is starting to pile up. The imperfect. And then you're going to have the perfect. And you're going to have the pluperfect. I think most of you are writing this stuff out. You got one for me? I actually have one in my head just in case. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, we can do that. All right, thank you. All right, the verb we're going to use is nato, natara, natawi. which means to swim, and that's going to cause a little bit of a trouble on translating, but we'll get past this. I've got the present, future, and imperfect bracketed together. These three tenses you're going to make on number 2. I've got the perfect and pluperfect bracketed together because these two tenses you're going to make on number 3. So you're going to use the infinitive for 3 tenses. Number 2, remember the infinitive ends in RE. And then you're going to use the third part of the verb for the perfect and the pluperfect. Let me get the one. I like the verb he picked out. It's an irregular verb, though, in English, so it's got some weird tense changes. When you do the perfect tense, you say in the perfect tense, I swam. You're not going to say, I swimmed. And I'm not trying to be funny. Normally you make the ED in the perfect. That's wrong.
Teachers, please excuse the interruption. Bus 201 has arrived and the students should be in your classrooms within about a minute or two. Thank you.
And then for the pluperfect, you're supposed to say, I had, and I hope I get this right because my English teachers didn't stress this when I was in school. I think you're supposed to say, I had swum. I don't think you say swam. I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. Now, I'm going to stop the film. I want you to do the 5 tenses with your translations. So let me say goodbye to my TV people.